Why, hello there. Why,
Hello,
hello.
Renee.
We're here to, this is like a special edition. We just decided to do this kind of
It's just a
impromptu.
rolling as we roll along because I really want to talk about this because there has been a meme that has been going around that I just learned about, which is
Mhm.
man versus bear. If a woman comes in the woods, would she rather meet a bear or meet a man? Which one would she feel was more dangerous?
Exactly. And so it's key to keep in mind that it does have to be a stranger. It can't just be like your dad or your friend. It has
Exactly.
to,
Would you
it,
meet a strange bear or a strange
right. So
man,
that's
male,
right.
human?
So it all kind of started apparently with um, somebody on TikTok just posited that question, and it was interesting as an experiment because so many women throughout the world overwhelmingly said without hesitation as a gut reaction, yeah, obviously we would choose the bear. It's not even a question. And that in and of itself, that sort of hive mind female attitude wouldn't have even been that exciting, except for there was another hive mind response, which was that men were saying, wait, what? This is so insulting. You would choose that over me. I'm nice. I'm Kyle from the gym. I'm Jeff from accounting. I don't hurt anybody. I voted for Kamala. Are you kidding me? What are you afraid of? So the universality of that's what we're going
Exactly.
to dissect here is the difference. Women are so, now remember, I do want to do a disclaimer because anytime that we talk about trends, I know someone is going to say that someone's auntie or somebody's uncle disagrees. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the trend. So yes,
No,
there will be
and
women who will not say the bear, but overwhelmingly the majority does.
I agree. And what I like about this, what has helped me, is that this is an empathy exercise because I had no idea. When I heard this
Hmm.
meme, I was really interested because if since this is true, since
Hmm.
since we're hearing this from so many women, then this is giving me a window into the
Hmm.
psyche of women
Yes.
that we need to know about, that we need to know, that I need to know about, because as a white male, I don't experience this. I don't
Right.
experience. I can go in so many places that I can feel safe. And so therefore I can assume that everyone else also feels safe. And this helps me to see that that's not true.
Right. So what would you choose? I guess that's my question. Nobody's really asking men. What's your response if you were in, if you'd rather, if you're asked this question, what would you
A
say?
man, of course.
Okay, that's obvious to you? Like you
But
don't
there's
even
no
think
but
about
there's
it?
there's no question. There's no reason why, because I am much more I would be much more concerned about a bear than I would be a man, because I don't normally find myself in positions to where I'm either afraid or being threatened by men,
Right. So here's
strangers.
right. One of the things that I keep seeing, because I'm really fascinated, women are fascinated by the male response, men are fascinated by the female response, but we women are so confused why it's not obvious. Like I see men saying all kinds of things. First, after the indignation wears off or the shock, they will say, oh, because you think that will be annoying? Do you think, like, they're still not really getting what's instinctive for a woman? They'll say things like, oh, are you afraid he'll talk to you? Are you afraid that he'll compliment? I think they're okay. So I
But that's
before
hard, but that's hard for us who have
Mhm.
not experienced it. This is what this exercise is all about.
Right, yeah.
It's helping us to open us up to what is it like to be you.
Yes. Yeah. So what is well, let me first ask you your response. So the first time that you heard about this question, what was your primal response, your first response before you started really thinking about it?
Well, I didn't take it personally at all. I understand how the but it opened my mind. I mean, I did not, because I don't carry the experience around in my daily
Mhm.
work and how I walk around. I tend to forget about it. It's like how it's like it was someone is a different color, or someone is a different sexual orientation, obvious sexual orientation, or how I can't see how it's like to be them because I walk around assuming that everyone, it's a default position
Mhm.
to assume that everyone is having the same experience as I have.
So if you're going to your car, you're not thinking about, oh, there's someone hiding in the back seat who's going to abduct me. You're not thinking about someone's going to uh, grab me as I'm getting into my car and spirit me away, and then I'll end up on the
Nope,
news tomorrow. Like, so how that never crosses your mind, really?
never crosses my mind.
And
Now
yet,
there can be,
women,
I can't
that's
be in
crossing our
someone.
minds all the time.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And that's one of the things that you've helped me with. You really helped me
Mhm.
to open up my mind and open up my heart to this situation, to
Right.
the
Yeah.
challenges of what it takes to be a woman in this society.
Right. Yeah. It's all the things that go unsaid. So what I said to someone else about this too was, remember how every now and then there'll be like a color experiment that goes viral. There'll be a dress and like a dress, and half
Yeah,
of the people
exactly.
see it one way and half of it, this is one, the reason it goes viral is because the people who see it one way can't fathom that other people are seeing it another way. That's not black and gold. Are you kidding me? There, no. So I think the reason why this is fascinating is it's something that if we had never vocalized it, all most women are walking around daily assuming that everybody knows this, and most men are walking around daily having no idea. And that's
None.
fascinating because we live with men, we talk to them all the time, men talk to women all the time, but we're not saying these things. Okay. So, my next question then for you, as the resident man here on this show, would be
Yes.
what would you think when you found out that women overwhelmingly are unhesitatingly choosing the bear? What did you assume is the reason, or what do you assume is the reason?
I'm assuming now, as I'm learning, that is that there are dangers
Mhm.
and challenges that women have to walk around with all the time that I had no that I had dismissed because I do not have that experience. So
Mhm.
it really opened me up empathetically in a way that I had not done before. And I appreciate the experiment, the thought experiment in that way.
Yeah, well, I've noticed a lot after this, a lot of men were making content on social media that was very helpful because a lot of them had that moment that you're having of empathy and understanding this. And so I've noticed a lot of joggers who are male making content for other men to say, when you're walking on the street, if you see a woman, you probably should cross the street so she's not afraid, or you should keep your head down and quickly go in front of her. Because as soon as a man is behind a woman, she's scared the whole time, you know? So there's instructional videos that men are making for other men now to say, if you're hiking, certainly just pass the woman up and don't say anything weird. Try to be, a lot of men are saying, pretend to be gay, oh, outwardly gay to make her feel better. There's a young man who is making instructional things saying when he goes camping now, he just says, "Hey girl, what's up?" And he walks like that, and that they instantly feel better. I'm not giving anyone ideas. I'm just saying we're trying to figure out how to get women to feel better about their environment. And I think that what I'm leading up to is just to say very bluntly, what women are afraid of is not being annoyed or having to talk to somebody about anything. It's one comment that I saw by a woman that I think was the most clear was, she said, "Yes, a bear could kill us, but he wouldn't do a lot of things to us first. A man will kill us, but there will be a lot of things that go on beforehand, like a dungeon, or he'll tie us up, or he'll do other really, really awful things, right? So a bear,
Yeah.
like, you always want to take your bet with a bear because he's just going to eat you, but he's not going to do other stuff. And
Well,
that's what women are afraid of, is ending up on a forensic files show.
sure. Well, I also think now this is me,
Hmm.
and you can please tell me the challenges to it.
Yeah.
But I believe that there are a lot of cues and social cues that I can give to a woman
Mhm.
that would not that would let her know I am no threat.
Okay, let's go through these because I want to. I'll run them in my head. I don't know. This is
No, I'm
interesting.
not talking about me.
Yeah, yeah,
I tend to be able to, because I tend to talk to people. I
right.
talk to people that I do not know. I say
Mhm.
hello to people, and I feel that I know the difference between someone when someone feels threatened
Mhm.
or feels like, wait a minute, you're
Yeah.
getting into my space,
Mhm.
and also when they feel that it is a non-threatening hello. I one of the nice things about being 77 is that it's, hey, the old man says hi. Okay, hi, that's okay. That's
Mhm.
a gentle. I believe that. Now, if I'm wrong, if I'm threatening women just by saying hello, by
Mhm.
being willing to be able to say in a friendly manner from my heart,
Yeah.
hello, and not get into their space, not do anything, but just to have that as a friendly. I feel like that I'm building on the side of peace. I'm building on the side, and that's me. So now, if I am doing this, and yet I am extending the paradigm and extending the fear by doing that, I'm going to need to know it.
Well, I'm just going to think out loud because as you were talking, I thought of something. I was thinking about hey, Sandy, hello. We're talking about man versus the bear in the woods. Would a woman rather be left alone with a strange man or a strange bear in the woods? So here's when I was thinking out loud, I thought, what is the creepy behavior when I'm outside of the house, when I'm with my girlfriends? What is the behavior that men do that freak us out? And I
Is this
think
a Joey?
no, 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 no. It's not. I think what it is a creepy guy will tend to a creepy guy will tend to like make eye contact and like he's not going to stop the conversation and he's like asking questions and then like if you're at a store, you'll notice he keeps popping back up like, why is he there again? And certainly never follow a woman to her car and never follow a woman to her house, like ever. So I
Again,
think those are the
I'm just,
creepy things.
I would like you to
Yeah.
help me to answer the question. Do
So I
you
think
feel that
yours is fine.
I should stop
No,
saying
I think
hello?
yours is no, I think hello is totally normal. I think that some guys get into the realm of scaring us when they follow us or they're not stopping. So I
That
think
is
that's the issue.
exactly. That's no. I'm talking about. I understand that there's space, and I understand
Mhm.
that there is
And
very much.
nighttime stuff too. Like if you like another thing is just knowing like that's why camping becomes an issue and that's why jogging becomes an issue. If it's getting dark out and there's not a lot of people, I would say don't even say hello if it was just you and one woman because that's like a weird thing. But if you're at a store and it's broad daylight and there's people around, you can obviously greet somebody and have like an I think that is really normal, you know.
This to me is
Mhm.
just the social contract that we
Yeah.
have, that we
Mhm.
can be friendly with one another, because I want to
Mhm.
build this. But
Yes.
if I can be part of the healing here, Renee,
Mhm.
I can be part of the opportunity to be able for us to say, hey, yes, this is true. And
Mhm.
yes, there is danger because of the size and differences and what
And
we
the
have.
statistics, like
And
if a
this,
woman is killed, it's because she's going to be with it's a man. Like it's
oh, I mean,
like you
there's no
never have to
question.
wonder how she's going to get killed. It will be a man and it will
Right.
be a man who at one point said, "I love you,"
Yeah.
so that's why it's really
No,
scary.
I understand
Yeah.
that, and I want to be part of the healing of how we can be. So me
Well,
and the rest of the men who are
yes.
there, if we can find ways of making the areas and when we're around women and helping them to be safe and also to be able to stand up for
And to stand up to other men and to say, "Hey buddy, like
this
back
what
off."
exactly, and to be able to do that so that we can. But again, this is also talking about, if we were being, I don't bar hop. I
Mhm.
don't. So there aren't. I'm not in the same situations where that would be. But I think this is
But
anyway.
here,
I'm
but it's like this, but it's like a woodland creature. Like, because I was feeding the birds and I changed the feeder, and then I noticed that the birds are now really trepidatious because something has changed, and they're watching and making sure there's not a human. And I understand it's not personal that if birds don't trust humans. That's in their DNA, and they're very right to do that because a lot of times we kill and eat them. So,
well, I'm yes, I am I'm a dino. This is
right. Yes, right. So what I'm
They have
saying, and
every reason to be afraid. I'm eating their cousins every day.
right, like honestly, they should be afraid of us. And we don't want to. What do we do when we work with wild animals? We always make sure that we're not training them to trust people because people are not trustworthy around wild animals. So I think that men keeping it in their mind, okay, this is not really a personal thing, but also to make sure that they're watching their own behavior to not cause us more, terror. Because I wanted to say one second thing, because you asked a question about like, well, can I greet people or how would, because I have a good sense of knowing when a woman might be uncomfortable.
Yes. Oh,
I
but I
do.
think I do. But
You
this
think
is
you
what
do,
I
but
need to
here's what
tell
I
you.
want to say. Women
I
are
can't know.
actors.
I can't know.
Right.
You
So
know,
one of the
I can
things,
go up to a woman and go, "Are you threatened by me?"
right. Yeah. Don't try not to because
No,
that's
I
a
mean,
jail
but
call.
that's the
No,
thing.
but
I mean, I want to be able to, in some way, feel
because
like
let
I
me
can.
say, yeah, because I want to answer that. Remember, I know I sent you, and I'm hoping we can book her. She's a comedian, and she's like this wonderful woman, and she makes these reels online, and she pretends that she's having a conversation. She's having small talk with a scary monster and how she exits that to save her life. One is zombies, one is Jaws, one is like aliens who want to abduct her. And it's very funny, but it's also very female because if a man is watching that and she's doing her comedy sketch about to Jaws and she's going to say, "Oh, you look so nice. Oh, your teeth are so shiny." And she's doing that to not get killed. But the Jaws character is thinking she is interested in him. A lot of times women will be nicer and friendlier and smile more because we're scared you're going to hurt us, and then the man thinks, oh, she's really calm and likes me and wants to continue. So this is one of the other issues that we're having, is that the nicer a woman might be to a man in public, it might just because she's trying to save her life, she thinks he's going to kill her. So you
Well,
have to
this
remember
both
that
the this
nuance.
both it is dispiriting, but it's also spiriting in the sense that it allows me to see things from another perspective, and
Mhm.
so I'm glad. Well, thank you, Renee. Thank you for jumping on for this.
Do you
For
feel
this,
like you've learned anything? And do you think I've learned? I've definitely learned a lot from you being open minded and you saying that you definitely want to consider these things and have these conversations. That's like a
oh
really
yeah, I'm
big
sure
deal.
you knew that before. I mean, you knew that
Hmm.
before, but the what this is this continues to drive into me and to help me to see things from someone else's perspective. So if I
Hmm.
can see things from a woman's perspective, if I can be wary of that, then I can make sure that my behavior is
Hmm.
going to align with things that will bring down the temperature and give her opportunity to have space and have a sense of security and
Hmm.
security around men. So I appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody that would jump on with us.
Thank
And
you. Sandy said she would choose Dennis in the woods because he listens.
so nice, and
That's
I
what she
certainly
said.
will, and I will certainly be there, and we can both run from the bear together.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time.